I'll call up item number 3 is a resolution approving and authorizing the mayor to execute and deliver an agreement between the city of Birmingham and Risk Mitigation Services Incorporated as an amount not to exceed $6,000, under which Risk Mitigation Services Incorporated provide background investigation checks and related services to the Birmingham and Fire and Rescue Services to new hires. Chief Moon.
Good afternoon. Corey Moon. I serve as the Fire Chief, Birmingham Fire and Rescue Service. Item before you, Risk Management Services, will allow us to continue doing our pre-hire background checks. And those will be, like you said, not to exceed $6,000 per year at a cost of about $28.50 per background check. We typically screen about 200 people per year, and we've averaged hiring 100 people per year.
All right, thank you, Chief. Councilwoman, you got questions for Chief Moon?
Nope, I'm good.
Okay.
Motion to approve.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Thank you, Chief. We'll send the
Thank you.
item to the full council for a vote.
Appreciate it.
All right, the next item is item number 2. It is an ordinance to permit the Birmingham Police Department to assign police officers and police vehicles to escort funeral processions and establish procedure related thereto. And we have before us Chief Scott Thurman.
Good afternoon, Scott Thurman, Service Chief of Police, Birmingham Police Department. So this ordinance will allow our officers to utilize their personally owned vehicles that are equipped with lights and siren to do funeral escorts or block traffic for construction and things in the city streets of Birmingham.
Okay, thank you, Chief. Councilman Williams, you have questions for Chief?
Yeah. So this is for vehicles that, where are the vehicles going?
They're personally owned. The officers personally own the vehicles. They're not city vehicles.
Why are we doing this?
Because the state law, and there's an attorney general's opinion that recommends this. So in other words, we haven't been able to do this for almost 2 years because of that opinion. So the proper way to do it is for the city to pass an ordinance.
One thing I have an issue with is the way, and I think part of it, you can answer this, but part of one thing that is frustrating to see is the amount of officers we have working side jobs, off-duty jobs, that are not in a marked unit, rather than be in a black and white marked unit, because obviously, sheriff's office has X number of employees that are currently on duty right now assigned to one of the 3 substations, but you're going to see a lot of deputies out in the street right now blocking traffic. And so this seems like that we're getting further away from having more black and whites.
So we don't have enough vehicles to do that right now. Once the take-home vehicle policy is implemented, then we could come back to the council, public safety or budget and finance and ask, can we use city vehicles for that? But those officers are working as private contractors for the funeral home, so they're making money. So that again, that's kind of an issue. We're using taxpayers' dollars so these officers can make extra money in a city vehicle. So that's something we'd have to come back to at another time. But currently, we just don't have the vehicles.
Okay, I don't have a problem with the scenario that you mentioned, but, okay, and so so for funeral escorts, they're going to just be in any kind of unmarked personal vehicle?
Well, it has to have lights and sirens, so it'll be designated as an emergency vehicle. So they have to have a $250,000 liability insurance policy. They have to present that, vehicle registration, proof of insurance for their vehicle or their motorcycle to us, and it has to be approved by the chief of police before they can have permission to engage in this activity.
Okay, so some off-duty vehicles I've noticed, and I'm not saying that they belong to BPD, but we have constables and everybody else that have off-duty vehicles that look a lot of different ways, and some of which I don't think are appropriate to be with blue lights and sirens. So y'all are going to inspect that to make sure that.
The majority of our officers who use funerals use motorcycles, the Gold Wings.
Okay, but y'all.
There are a few that do use, well, a lot of them have bought out-of-service police vehicles, you know, the old Tahoes, things of that nature that are police-type vehicles, or Crown Victorias.
But y'all are going to inspect to make sure that they're
Right,
appropriate?
correct.
Okay. All right.
All right, thank you, Chief. Can we get a motion, Council Williams?
Yeah, motion to approve.
Second, all in favor? Thank you, Chief. That item passes. Thank
Thank
you,
you.
Chief. Sergeant Knight, can you call up item number 1 for us, please?
Yes, Madam Chair, the Carrigans, 1913 Third Avenue North, Mr. David Carrigan.
Okay. Applicant is here. Can you state your name and address for the record, please?
Excuse me. My name is Jason Ackerman. I'm standing in for David Carrigan as he can't be here today. And I'm the general manager of Carrigan's Public House. Current address is 2430. I think you guys have the updated address for the liquor license that's pending.
1913 Third Avenue North.
Okay.
Okay. All right, Detective, Sergeant Knight, any incidents at this location?
No incidents.
All right, Ms. Brown, are they current with taxes and revenue?
Yes, they're current with taxes and revenue.
And Mr. Lowe, does the applicant meet zoning requirements?
Yes, Zone B4, Central Business District, and they do meet zoning requirements.
Okay, the applicant met with the Central City neighborhood on 7/16/24, 20 were in attendance, 20 support the applicant's application. Is anyone here to speak for or against this establishment? Seeing none, do you have questions for the applicant, Councilor Williams?
No, motion to approve.
Second, all in favor? All right, that item passed. Our staff will be in touch with you when it goes to the public safety agenda. Old and new business, seeing that it being none, can we entertain a motion to adjourn? Second, all in favor? Thank you, y'all.